What's going on YouTube? It's Pelfrey, and I actually did some water tests for the first time in a very long time. It's very interesting, but first things first, I have been pretty consistent with my water changes. Today I did a 5-gallon water change. By the time you're watching this, it's probably been some time now, but I did take the PP15 out of the tank and cleaned it. You can see there's still some coralline algae growing on the pump itself, but you know, overall the pump is way too big for this tank, but it is working out for me. You can see I got a decent sway going on, and the hammer corals there, and the mushrooms. This one back here is pretty extended. The torch corals are not the happiest in the world, but I'm pretty satisfied with how everything's going. I did also I cleaned the inside of the overflow just a little bit, and cleaned the glass on the interior and exterior because it was very, very filthy, and I know that I do have some sun coming in from the doorway there, but that's fine. Now, my alkalinity was 9.4 when I tested with the Hannah checker, and look at this guy. He dashed away. That's the flame hawk. The flame hawk has become one of my favorite fish by far, but I've realized that I cannot have any shrimp in this tank as well as the flame hawk fish. But the flame hawk, the yellow wrasse, a yellow tang has always been my favorite. That pintail wrasse that I got from Pieces of the Ocean is a wonderful fish, and this coral beauty has been with me the longest. And I'll jump back to the alkalinity here in a second, but all of the fish in this tank, except for the pintail wrasse and one of the zebra dartfish, have come from the local fish store. And I know I've mentioned this before, but my local fish store doesn't necessarily specialize in fish. They do tank maintenance, and whatever they have in stock, you just kind of grab from them, and hopefully you get lucky as far as what they have in stock. One of the zebra dartfish that I have in the tank, I bought 3 originally. I have 1 left, and its favorite hiding spot is down here. You might be able to see him poke his head out, but probably not. But the coral beauty, the yellow wrasse, the yellow tang, those come from the local fish store to me. And I've had good luck with those fish, and I would have had the clowns in here still, except that they wanted to demolish anything new added to the tank. But let's jump back to the alkalinity. It was 9.4, which I attribute that to. It's kind of high. I was in the 8s before, but since I've been doing regular water changes, and at first I did like 30-gallon water changes, which is like half or more than half of my display. And I am using the Fritz Blue Box. The alkalinity spiked up a little bit, which I don't have any corals in here that are gonna really suffer to that matter. So it is what it is, and I'm fine with that. The phosphates were 34 on the Hannah phosphorus checker, which I believe is like 0.1, which, you know, I'm fine with. Before, it was outrageous. I mean, it was crazy high. And then the nitrates tested at 0 with the low range test kit. So they probably really are 0, just because we'll take a look here in a second, but the microalgae growth as far as the chaeto is concerned has been amazing. But the nitrates probably really are at 0. And I do feed, you know, I'm feeding pellets twice a day, and I feed a frozen cube like every other day. And on the weekends, I feed them, you know, it's like a buffet. I feed them a lot on the weekends. But I haven't tested the tank in a very long time, and on top of that, all of the test results that I had previously were lost whenever I sold my Apex, because I kept all that in Apex Fusion. So it's just something to think about. You know, if you have, or if you are tracking all of your test results in Apex Fusion, then, you know, whenever you go to get rid of it, you're gonna lose all of those results. So it is what it is. I'm happy with it. A couple things here. Let's take a look down here in the engine bay. I have some pinky filter floss already pre-cut out. I've got some backup. This is the backup kalkwasser, and this is the kalkwasser that I'm dosing. And I dose 200 milliliters a day with the Kamoer Wi-Fi doser, but this stuff has completely taken over the refugium section in this Crystal Reef stealth sump for the Red Sea Reefer 250. It's amazing. You know, it's crazy. This this light, you know, I don't know if I can contribute it 100% to this light that I got off Amazon for 30 bucks, but this light has been doing work, and it works. It's growing this stuff like there's no tomorrow. Matter of fact, you can see here, I got coralline algae growing on the sump. I had coralline algae growing on the magnet for my filter tray here. So this light is definitely doing it, and I have the light come on at 9:30 p.m. and it turns off at 9 a.m. So, but you know, there is no doubt about it that the chaeto is growing in the tank. So if somebody's interested in chaeto, you know, I got this from Battlecorals. It was super clean whenever I got it. Unfortunately, there's probably bristleworms and who knows what else inside of here, but I'm gonna have to trim it pretty soon, and I sure hate to cut it up and throw it away. I did add a Lee's wooden air stone, and I got it zip tied to a rock so that it goes down to the bottom of this section here, which was the skimmer section. And the only thing I'm trying to accomplish here now, you can see I have my micro bubbles in the tank, so I do need to either move this over here into the refugium section or set it on a schedule. But the only thing that I'm trying to accomplish here is to get fresh air into the tank. Now that's one thing that the skimmer did do. I have no clue what my pH is at the moment, so you know, it kind of is what it is at that point. But I thought, as an experiment, why not just try it out and see what happens. So like I said, I did add the Lee's wooden air stone here, and we got some air bubbles which are trickling over into the return chamber, which is still dirty, but the Jabo DCT 4000 is still doing work. And we got micro bubbles in the display, but you know, I'm not really too concerned about that. I have started dosing some of this Brightwell Aquatics chaeto grow, only because my nutrients, you know, as far as the nitrate and phosphate, are pretty low, and I don't want to strip the system of iron at all. So I've started with the recommended dosage of this, and I'll continue that until, you know, I either get a new tank, add fish. I really don't know what the future holds at the moment. I do have my eyes on a couple different tanks, but again, I don't know what the future holds. I may stick to this tank. I don't know, you know, and I don't want to keep leading you guys on, because I know you're probably up in arms saying, what the heck is going on? 3 weeks ago, you're getting rid of the tank, and now you don't know what the future holds for it. And I've not known what the future holds for the tank since I posted it for sale. Now, the one thing I can tell you is it is for sale, and I do plan on staying in the hobby. I'm definitely keeping the sump, the ATO, all the equipment that's running this tank. I'll keep that for the new tank, but you know, we'll just kind of fly by and see what kind of happens there. But I'm interested to see if the air stone does help with the tank at all. The Anchinata, you know, probably not going to see it very well because the glare, but it's doing great. Like I said, these mushrooms back here are doing wonderful. The torch corals look better, but it might not just like its spot. This Scully, again, has been with me from the very beginning. Then we got some acans over here. This front set of acans have been with me from the beginning. And then I got this back set here, if I can get it to focus, from Pieces of the Ocean a while. Emma is back here playing music, but that's fine. It's a perfectly good time to cut the video off here. The tank is doing great. I appreciate you following along. Be sure to check out the website, pelphrey.net, pelphrey.net. Check out Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, it takes you like 1 minute to sign up for an Instagram account. I'm on Instagram at Pelphrey's Reef, all one word, PELPHREYSREEF. Hit the subscribe button. You know, if you feel obligated to hit the bell notification. If not, it is what it is. But I'm going to set the bubbles up on a schedule to do this during the night and in the daytime whenever I'm not here, and kind of get rid of that. Emma's coming over here now trying to see what Daddy's up to. But again, as always, I appreciate you following along. I'll catch you on the next one, folks.